Good evening. So, small talk with you tonight. How do we decide what person we would like to be in life? So, this is just practice for my uh, TED talking capabilities. Um, I've written down some, just referring to my notes. I want to get this right. Um, I'll repeat the question: how do we decide what person we want to be in life? Now, I've written down four choices or domains, as I call them. Number one is career defining. Um, do we decide upon what career goals we've got, and that defines who the person we are in life? Number two is family life. So the events we go through in life, that shapes our personality. So maybe our mum or dad tells us that we should be like this or that. Okay. Number three is ambitions. What ambitions we have in our hearts. That defines the person that we want to be in life. Number four, my favourite, called the media zone. So the content that we watch, you watching this video right now, decides upon, gives us ideas in our brain, and that allows us to shape the person that we want to be. So I think it's all four. I think it's, number one, career defining is obviously connected to the content we see. Someone advertises a job, we like it, but then that touches upon our own ambitions. But also those ambitions are tied upon maybe to what our dad and our mum did for a living, or what they think they might want us to do. So it's very difficult, I think, in this modern age, especially with the media content, to try to decide who the person we want to be in life. Now, we all want to be a giving person. We all want to be somebody that helps others, communities, especially during, after, still in a period of COVID, although restrictions have been lifted in the UK, it's still a time of difficulty. You've got war going on in Ukraine, sadly. How do we define what person we're going to be in life? Is it just through our own experiences? Is it just through what our mum and dad tells us when we're young? Is it just through the education that we have? No, I don't think so. I think it's all those mixed different things, how we go through life. I think that the media zone is very, dangerous in a lot of respects, but I'm sitting here with you in my bedroom, on my bed, giving you this small basic talk about, how do we choose what person we want to be in life. It's an interesting question, I think, because I'm a former teacher, and I can tell you that education has changed so much since I left the industry almost 4 or 5 years ago now. It seems to me that obviously teachers were hit during COVID in the UK, US, other parts of the world, and many students are now playing catch up. So their learning has been disrupted, as we say in the teaching world. So how is that impact going to have on their life and the person they're going to be? Now, from research, I know that people with different age groups, millennials and the age group coming through now, their mental health has been so much more affected. They found it more difficult to cope during the pandemic, during lockdown, than suppose my generation, and I'm 43. So I've been, according to research, my age group, we're just more sustainable in terms of going through different crises. It's quite interesting, but also quite worrying, because how do we reshape ourselves, readjust to the COVID world? Labour market is quite difficult. There is lots of jobs out there in the UK and the US, but by you watching ads on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, is that going to shape the person that you are? Because is it not what your emotions you go through in life, maybe your experiences as well as your ambitions, but those ambitions can change. My ambitions changed so much through the experiences that I had. So the number five is the emotions that we go through, the stresses that we have, can actually shape our person that we're going to be. So maybe it's not a question of just, okay, let's get up one day, let's go to college, let's study, let's go to university, let's have ambitions, let's listen to our parents, get an education. And then we let all that media and all those people in their relationships, which is important, define the person that we're going to be. But in actual fact, the science tells us that when we go through the different life experiences, that shapes us as a person. But also we go through trauma, which I've been through, and then through trauma our brains change. Our brains are so sensitive, and when they're sensitive we change, so our personalities change. And I know that some companies, when they recruit people, they have these personality tests, and that's quite interesting. But I'd really feel that we're entering a dangerous place in this world where we don't really get to decide the person we want to be, because life is so much more stressful than it was 50 years ago, maybe. Although, obviously it's sad, it's what's happening in Ukraine. We've got, power going on there, lives are being killed. But in the Second World War, that happened too. But war does shape the traumatic experiences that we have. And I would argue that there's so much more conflict in the world than there was some years ago. So it kind of, the concept, we get up every day and people want you to spend money. We're living in a content world or ad world where everything around us is, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that. And I just think to myself, you know what? How do we decide what person we want to be? Is it, we think that in our hearts that, yeah, I'm going to be this person, I'm going to be the person that helps and gives. But in actual fact, there's so much going on in the brain, coming from different directions, your relationships, your ambitions, your mum, your dad. It's like I said before, it's all, coming at you at once kind of thing. So it's a real difficult one to answer, and I think that's why good mental well-being is so important. And I think that, yes, we do need to take time out, more rest, and on that reflection period maybe we can find out what kind of person we want to be in life. Hope you found this little bed talk interesting. Just developing some new skills and strategies for a new TED Talk type system that I'm going to be doing soon. Thank you for watching. If this is on YouTube, fantastic. Please subscribe. To be plenty more of these type of thoughtful questions and try to answer. And I don't think I've really answered it tonight, but maybe I've opened up a little bit of a toolbox to say, right, let's try and get the answer a little bit more deeper. Hope you enjoyed it. If this is on LinkedIn, fantastic. I am in my bedroom. There's going to be lots of talks like this, so I will get used to you seeing me like this. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. If you've not seen my content before, follow me. I'm experimenting heavily with videos at the moment. Just something different and interesting. And I'm just innovating. That's all I'm doing. Thank you for watching again. Good night. Bye for now.